Okay, so we started the time and I talked about, when it is one, what you have to do. You have to use the singular thing. And then when it is two, you will making it plural. Son las dos, son las tres, and all. By like, no, es la una y diez. When the minute is also, we start counting the minutes. Y diez. And then we go ahead. For the quarter, we say cuarto. For the half, we say media. And we go ahead after six, when the minute hand is moving towards 12, then we will start subtracting. Okay. And then I talked about en punto is a word which we use for exact, like exact time. It has not to be necessarily exactly 7, exactly 8, exactly 9. It can be 7:30 also, say 8:30 or 7 quarter or something like that. So for that also you can use exact. But yes, exactly is used for emphasizing, some task you have to do at this time. Then we had this midday and midnight thing. Es la medianoche, es el mediodía. Okay. And then we came to AM and PM. I hope we did this AM and PM. We did the AM and PM thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So yes, I said no, the AM will be divided into two parts there where we have de la madrugada. After writing the time, in place of AM, we will write in de la madrugada. Okay, this is early morning, B time as we say. And then we have de la mañana from 5 AM to 12 AM. You will see some examples, de la mañana. Okay. De la mañana. And then we have mediodía. No, mediodía is your midday. After that, we have de la tarde, ¿vale? So your afternoon or evening both are having the same word, tarde. That's why from after 12 onwards, we will be using de la tarde. Only in the at 9 or 8, we will change it into de la noche. Let's me just go into it. De la noche, ¿vale? And yeah, de la noche is still de la noche. And then we had some practica. We did this practica.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so yeah, overall what we did, yes, no, those things. So now in this question, un poco de practica, you will see there are 3 clocks in which you have some time already given. AM is given. So by seeing the time, can you tell me what will you use, de la madrugada or de la mañana? The first question, it is 3:30 AM.
Madrugada.
What?
Madrugada, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am,
de la
son las
madrugada.
3:30.
So las 3:30 de la madrugada, vale, yes. Number 2, it is 1:10 AM. Or what we call 10 past 1 AM. How will you say AM? What is AM here now? De la madrugada or de la mañana?
De la madrugada.
Madrugada.
Vale, de la madrugada, vale.
De la madrugada.
Vale,
Es
muy
la,
bien.
es la 1:10 de la madrugada.
Vale, muy bien. Es la 1:10 de la madrugada. Number 3, it's 11 AM. Is it de la madrugada or de la mañana?
Mañana.
So how will you say the time here?
Las 11 de la mañana.
11 de la mañana, vale. Muy bien. Number 20, next, un poco de práctica más, so a little bit of practice. So when you have 9, like the quarter past to 9, so what will you say?
De la tarde, I guess.
Yes, de la tarde, no, oh no.
No. De la noche.
Yeah, de la noche, no, it's already night time. You imagine, no? When you see the time, you imagine the thing. Okay, so de la noche. So how will you say the time here?
Son las 9:15
Y cuarto de la noche.
de la tarde.
Vale, de la noche, ¿vale? So son las 9:15 de la noche, ¿vale? Not nuevo. Nuevo, you know what the meaning of nuevo word is? New. Okay, so it's a little bit of things, no, make changes. Okay, so it is 9:15 de la noche. Next number, number 5. It's 10 to 5. It's 10 minutes left to 5. Is it
Son
de
las
la?
cuar- son las
Uh-huh.
cuarto menos 5.
No. Son las 5. It's the 10 minutes left to be 5 there. Okay. So revise it again.
Son las 6 menos 10.
Menos 10.
So las 5 menos 10, no? The 10 minutes are left to be 5. Okay. It's going to be 5, not 6.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have these kind of watch at home? Or you all have smartwatches? Do you use this
No,
kind of
ma'am, we have
watch
an
now?
we have an
Smartwatches,
watch.
ma'am.
Yeah, that's why you do not use these watches.
Ma'am,
No?
we have this.
Like no, yeah, I know it is. Like I earlier we were not having this smart watches. No, we just like no, I'll not show here with this. I'm carrying my pictures in this. So yeah, but then we had no the whole clock type, even in here. No, still if you will see your father's watch or maybe grandfather's watch, they might be having this whole clock thing. Okay, so it was clear to us. But now I see everywhere it is smartwatch. Even in we watch, either we see on our mobile, our laptop, or some people who are carrying like me. Now they're also carrying the smartwatch now. No, everything is like even the wall clock is a smartwatch. Yeah, so that's why maybe. Okay, so like I'm taking you to your grandfather's time. Okay. Okay, number 6.
Es el mediodía.
SL mediodía, vale, yes, you understood 12 p.m. will be mediodía. Okay, so this
Ma'am,
is the,
can you
yeah.
repeat the fifth one again?
Son las 5 because it is going to be 5 menos 10, ¿vale?
Okay, ma'am.
Son las 5 menos 10 de la tarde because it is before 8, okay? Yeah, so till here, coming to this again, till here what we have done. The question was, ¿qué hora es? Okay, the question was, what time is it? And the answer was, es la una, son las 10. We were only going around that question, what time is it? No? So first we learned the time, then we learned AM and PM, all these things, and then we were using the whole sentence. No, it is 9 in the morning. It is 10 in the morning. It is 3 in the evening or afternoon. Okay, so we only learned this. Okay, if somebody is asking you what time is it, you will be able to tell the answer. But what if I ask you at what time do you have the class? Okay, at what time do you have the class? You only learned till now uh, it is 10 a.m. Now you have to tell the class is at 9 a.m. Okay, the time will remain same. No, you have to say you have the same numbers, a.m. and p.m. will be there, but the style of answering will differ now. Okay, the style of answering will be different. Okay, so let's get into it. The different questions now. Okay. So for example, here in this scene, in this picture, you will see this man who is going to play the violin this is violin, right? If there is a musician in the classroom. I think this is a violin, yes. So this man is asking, ¿a qué hora es el concierto? No? ¿A qué hora? So here, a is at. ¿Qué hora? What time? ¿A qué hora is at what time is the concert? Okay. So now he's not talking about the exact time. Right now it's 9:05 here, if you will see, no? But he's not asking what time is it now. No? What time is it? He's not asking about now. ¿Qué hora es? He's not asking that. He is relating the time with the concert. So he wants to know at what time is the concert. This lady smartly, she is answering es a las 9 de la noche, no? So it is at 9 in the 9 p.m. if you will say like that in English, no? Or the concert is where she's not using the word concert. Obviously, when we do not repeat, no, when we are talking. When we are writing, that then only we use all the grammar. But when we speak with lot of no styles, like we have our own style of saying, okay, like it might not be the same way you answer the question, or you answer, your answer might be different from my answer. When we talk, we differ a lot, okay. So es a las 9 de la noche, so she said it is at 9 p.m., okay, or the concert is at 9 p.m., okay. So here the question now comes. Yeah. So this, the kind of questions I'm focusing now is at what time, okay, at what time. So you will be saying at this time. Okay, the first question is a qué hora tú tienes la clase, no? So if you will translate the sentence, how will you translate this? What will be the translation of this question? A qué hora tú tienes la clase?
When do you have your class?
At what time do you have the class?
At what time do you have the class? Yes. No, at what time do you have the class? Okay, so these kind of questions, whenever the questions are coming in this form, no, like question, exactly the question with question mark, try to translate the question in your mind. Okay, translation will help you in creating your answer. Okay, so at what time do you have the class? So how will you reply this in English only?
I have a class at any
At
time.
9 or at 10, no? So I have the class. How will you say I have the class?
Yo tengo
Chicos,
la clase.
Yo tengo el clase, ma'am.
yo tengo la clase,
La
vale,
clase.
la clase. La clase is a feminine thing, okay? Yo tengo la clase. So now I have the class at. What is at in English? How will you use in Spanish at?
A.
Okay. So yo tengo la clase A. So here we are not using son, which I taught you before, son las 10. We are not using son here, and I'll tell you why. So yo tengo la clase a las 10 de la mañana, okay? So I have the class at 10 or at 9 in AM, okay? If I will put here the word son, no, some people might think that we have to write the complete now time like this, no? Because in the earlier class they said like this. So I said, yo tengo la clase at, it is 10 in the morning, or it is 10 a.m. So it will be good when you are only telling the time, but when you are talking with relevant to something else, like no, with connection to something else according to the class, then you will not use this verb soon. Okay, you will directly put the time. Las 10 de la mañana. So yo tengo la clase a las 10 de la mañana. ¿Está bien? ¿Está bien? Okay, not bien till now. Okay, so yo, ¿a qué hora tú tienes la clase? Yo tengo la clase a las 10 de la mañana. What is confusion here? Tell me, then only I will understand the problem. Yeah, Purva, Kushi, is there any confusion? What is the confusion here?
No confusion.
Okay, so no confusion. Yeah, so
No confusion,
Nakam.
ma'am.
Okay, fine, great. So our next question, same question is there, same pattern is there, but I have just changed the style. In place of asking you have, I will just change the verb, okay? ¿A qué hora es la clase de español? How will you translate this sentence now?
At what time is the Spanish class?
Yes, now I'm not asking what time you have, but I'm asking in general, at what time is the Spanish class? So how will you reply this question in English?
Hmm. Either will say my class is at this time, or like my Spanish class is at this time.
Yeah, my
So,
Spanish class, no? Yeah, fine. Is this time. My Spanish class is this time. Okay. So if you will ask my Spanish class, so mi clase de español. We have done the possessive adjective. So mi clase de español is, you said, no, is at this time. Es a las 8. Okay. So like if would have to answer la clase, the Spanish class is at 9 a.m. Okay. So here I used es and then a and coming directly to the time, not using so. Okay. Fine.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so next question comes here again. ¿A qué hora tenemos la clase de español? Hoy. Hoy is today. So tell me the meaning of this in Spanish, in English.
At what time is our Spanish class
At what time
today?
do we have the Spanish class? No? At what time do we have? Okay, fine. At what time is our Spanish class? That is also fine. The meaning will be same. Okay. But if you will see the grammatically, I'm asking this question in English, like, no, at what time we have or do we have the Spanish class today? Fine. Was that the question? How will you reply that back to me if I'm asking you? How will you reply to me if I'm asking you at what time we have, at what time do we have the Spanish class?
Our Spanish class is at this time.
Our Spanish class, you also changed, is at this time. So how will you reply this answer? Okay, I'm just writing in English, okay? Our Spanish class is at 9 a.m. How will you say this? Because you have created this answer. How will you say our Spanish class? Class is clase. Spanish class will become la clase de español. So clase, according to clase, you have to put R.
Nosotros la clase de español.
No, it is not nosotros. No, it is nuestra. Possessive adjective. Nuestra clase de español. Now,
S
es
and the time, ma'am. Oh, 9 a.m. Okay.
las 9
Last 9
de la mañana.
a.m.
Vale. Bien, if you are answering that way, is this fine, okay? But if you can also answer this. Nosotros tenemos, like, no, you can also answer like this. Nosotros tenemos la clase la clase de español a las 9. ¿Vale? Of the Spanish class. Okay, la class, not las. Right. Okay. Okay, so depending upon the how you are telling the time. Okay, both answers were correct. For me, both answers were correct. Okay, so either you say we have or our class. Okay, so both are correct. ¿A qué hora tenéis la clase? How will you answer this question? ¿A qué hora tenéis la clase? Tenéis is you all. At what time do you all have the class? How will you reply that?
We have a class at this time.
We have class. Yes. So how will you say we have the class?
Nosotros
Ya, nosotros tenemos Kushi?
Mom, why is it nosotros here and not what is that?
Vosotros.
Nuestro.
See, the nosotros is we. Okay. Nuestro or nuestra will be our. No, that there's a difference. Okay. You just let me write it then. Nosotros is we. Okay. And nuestro or nuestra. Nuestro or nuestra will be our. Understand the difference?
Mom, but the answer to this question will still be we have our class at, right?
Yeah, you can write we have our class or we have the class. It's okay. The both are same thing, right?
Okay, mom.
You can tell the answer that way. No problem. There's no fixed rule of answering this question. Okay. So, ¿a qué hora tenéis la clase?
Ma'am, nosotros tenemos la clase.
Nosotros tenemos la clase a las 9 de la mañana. Vale, muy bien. So, this is another question. Next question was this, no? At what time? So when you know the time, it's easy to just change the ground. Okay. So going ahead. Yeah. So like you know, in the earlier question, I asked you at what time do you have the class? Now I can also ask you from what time till what time do you have the class? Not only the beginning of the class, but ending of the class. Okay, so the classes are mostly 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. or 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Okay. So the question, my question will be, desde qué hora hasta qué hora tienes la clase? So how will you translate this?
From what time till what time do you have the class?
Yeah, so how will you reply that in English?
I have my class from this time to this time.
Yeah, so how will you say that in Spanish? I have the class, tell me.
Yo tengo la clase
From
de- desde
desde, and then how will you tell the time?
uh,
Desde,
just a second. Then we will say the time, I think.
yes, we will go directly into the time. Desde, for example, las 9 de la mañana, ¿vale? Desde las 9 hasta
Last.
las 10 de la mañana, ¿vale? ¿Está bien?
Yes, ma'am.
So here,
Yes.
in the place of at, we are using desde, ¿vale? So that's the same thing, okay? The same question can be, the same question will be, ¿de qué hora a qué hora tienes la clase? This is the same thing, okay? Just in place of desde. Desde is also from, de is also from in Spanish, okay? So both the words are the same, giving the same meaning, okay? Only the difference will be this desde and hasta, they have to come together when we are asking from to what, from this time till what this time, okay? Desde and hasta have to be together when we are asking something related to from this time to this time, okay? From or till, okay? And they and are they have to be together, okay? You cannot interchange them, okay? So when you are writing from what time with use of they, then you have to use are. ¿De qué hora a qué hora tienes la clase? ¿Vale? ¿Está bien?
See.
Vale, muy bien. So with this, we are almost ending the time. Okay, one thing I have here, por and de. You have already seen this word de when I was teaching you time, no? For example, I said, yo tengo la clase a las 9 de la mañana, okay? De la mañana. So here I'm talking about this day, okay? De la mañana, de la tarde, de la noche, de la de la madrugada. Okay. So here this de la mañana and all is about AM and PM, what we write with time. Okay. But sometimes, and we have exact time here. No, I have the class at 9 AM. That is a las 9 de la mañana. Okay. But when I do not have time, when I do not, I just want to, I do not want to inform my father or my parents, for example, about the exact time, okay, that I am reaching my city or I'm reaching the town at 9. I do not want to say that. I just want to say that I will reach home in the morning. Okay. Sometimes we do not reveal a whole thing. Okay. So I'll just say that I'll reach home in the morning. Okay. So that time you are keeping the whole duration. Maybe you will reach around 6, maybe 7, maybe 8, maybe 9, maybe 10, maybe 11. This whole duration is morning. Okay. So for that duration, we will use por la mañana. There's no exact time. Okay. We will use por la mañana. So por la mañana, it is extended time. Okay. Like 4, 5 hours, whatever we have of this morning time. Okay. So yo tengo la clase por la mañana. I have the class in the morning. I do not want to reveal the time. So I'm just saying, yo tengo la clase. I have the class in the morning, so I will not be able to come. Okay. So de la mañana is used when you have exact time. Okay. And actually the meaning of de la mañana is as AM or PM, like that. And por la mañana is extended duration. Okay. ¿Está bien? You understood? And this is a tricky thing. I keep on asking these questions in the exam. ¿Vale? ¿Está bien? I'm already tired.
Yes, ma'am.
Muchas gracias. Shaurya.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, gracias. So some more expressions just we add here because you might get these expressions in the classroom, in the questions, or maybe in the exam also. So we have this todos los días. So todos los días, I always use todos los días. So todos los días is like every day. No días, you know. Todas las semanas, semana, you know what is semana? We have done the semanas. Every week. Todos los meses is every month. Okay. So whereas this todo el día is like no whole day. One single day, but whole day. Okay. Todos los días will be every day. Okay. If I have to say in Hindi, should I say in Hindi?
Yes.
Yeah, so todos los días is like har din, okay, har din, every day. You understand in English also, right? So todo el día will be sara din, no, like whole day. Huh? So like this, my teacher taught me. There's the difference between todo el día and todos los días. So that made me really okay. Yeah, great. So todo el día, like you study sometime todo el día, no, for your exam. But there are very few people who study todos los días. Okay, you understood the difference?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Well, it will be singular and plural, right? Like
yeah, so yeah, it's like every day is like todos los días. It's in the sense of plural coming. Okay, todos los días. Todos every day is beautiful. In English we say is beautiful. Okay, but every day is beautiful. But in Spanish we write todos los días son. ¿Vale? There's a difference in English language and the Spanish language.
Yes, ma'am, got it.
Yeah, so todos los días is every day. Todo el día will be whole single day. Like whole single day you study. I tell you the difference, no? There are students who study todo el día for their exam, but there are very few students who study todos los días every day. Like Kushi, you are a student who studies todos los días. I know that. Vale. Okay, so coming next, después. Después is after. Después is después de. Okay, after 5. Después de las 5. Vale? This is when we use time. We often find these things. So I will meet you after 5. Okay, or after 4. So I will meet you después de las 5, después de las 3, ¿vale? Antes de, before this. So antes de las 5. Okay, I will meet you antes de las 5. Temprano is early, tarde is late. I'm late. Sorry, ¿no? So, yeah, estoy tarde, ¿vale? Perdón. Ahora, now, hoy, today, mañana, tomorrow. Mañana is tomorrow, but mañana is also morning. So mañana por la mañana will be tomorrow morning. Okay. So when you are getting these things in your exam or in your paper, do not be scared of those things. Try to find the meaning here in the PPT. ¿Está bien?
See, ma'am.
Ah, Shaurya. So your name is Shaurya, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in whole class, only Shaurya and Kushi spoke today. Yeah. Está bien then. So this is the whole. With this, we will wind up the class today. Okay, we did this. This is repetition. So I will upload the PPT on your VTalk. Okay. And we will do one exercise related to type, but not now. I'll give you that exercise one day when I'm like, no, I'm not in the mood of teaching. So I'll relate some topics together and then I will give you the exercise. Okay. Since we do not have time, so I'll skip that part for today. And we have Saturday's classes also.
Ma'am, like while studying for this cat, ma'am, I found that like doing these verbs like was a little bit confusing. Okay, like, and like even though like you can, I was able to do it by referring to PPT and stuff. Basically, I wanted to practice more on these verbs. So like this, do you have any suggestion like how to practice more?
Yeah,
Like, from
there
where
are
to
some
practice?
books actually. There are some books. I can share the link of those books with you. So you can practice there, okay? I do not know where I have kept it. Just let me, just give me this day, like todo el día, whole day. Give me this whole day. I'll fix and I'll give it to you. Okay, I'll share
Sure.
the link with you people. Okay. So that book is actually good. One student took that book, physical book, and he has never returned it. So I have the soft copy. I'll share the link. Okay.
Sure.
I'll just see how
Thank you, ma'am.
I'll share with you. Yeah, you're welcome. Let me give the attendance. Do not go. Okay, or when you are practicing on Duolingo.
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, when the pandemic started, I downloaded it, and I'm like, I wanted to learn many languages, but started with Spanish, and then I did for a few months, and then I don't know why I stopped. I started again now.
Yeah, this happens with me also. You know, I also started learning different languages, but when things come up, like no, there are a lot of things when coming up, you leave Duolingo first. No, it's these extra things which we learn. It happens with me also. When I was learning, I already learned Italian. I was speaking very good. So I wanted to go ahead with the practice, okay? Because I am not able to practice Italian. Even in Spanish, I'm not able to practice. So I was trying to learn, but I was doing good. And all of a sudden I left. So that happens. Do not worry. Bring it back. Make it your practice, okay? When you are spending time here and there sitting, you just tick, 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 tick. Do.
Yes, ma'am. The
Help.
app is actually very interactive and it's quite fun to do.